Hey guys, Justin here, and I have a fishing report for you here for Lake St. Clair. And if you haven't been outside lately, it's fall, guys. It is getting cold out. The water temps out on the lake have been dropping dramatically, and that means these fish are on the move and starting to get on the feed. And you might be asking yourself, well, how much has the water temp come down? I'm actually looking at the weather buoy that is just across the border on the Canadian side right now, and the water temp is down to 60 degrees. The air temp right now is 57.4. So definitely fall weather, guys. And what that means is that these fish are going to be leaving their summer haunches and going and start heading back towards those spring areas that we like to chase these fish. We're going to start out with something that's a guilty pleasure for me, and that's bluegill. I have not talked about bluegill fishing on Lake St. Clair in a long time, but what I can tell you guys is that some of the backwaters, some of the canals, some of the marshy areas on the lake are starting to produce some excellent catches for bluegill and sunfish out here. If you don't believe me, take a look at these pictures that I've been putting up both sides of me here. These fish are just putting on the feed bag, and it's your chance to come out and get that wall mounter. But do remember, do not come and take every single fish over 9 inches. Throw those back. Keep those 7 1/8. They eat a lot better. If bluegill and sunnies are not your preferred panfish, well, yellow perch has been going pretty good. Down by the south end of the lake, off of Grosse Point and 9 Mile, I've heard some very good catches. Over by Geno Surf, off of the Metro Park as well, I'm starting to hear some good catches there. Also heard some guys are having some success off the Barracks in the Salt River and over by Grassy and Strawberry Island. So what that tells me is that these perch are beginning to group up as the weed beds begin to die back, and they're starting to make their migration in to come in and feed on the young of the year bluegill and rock bass in the cuts and the canals. So make sure you get right in front of them so you can get those big old jumbo convicts. If you're looking for walleye, up around the Port Huron area has been productive. It is always good all the way into the dead of winter. Basically, if you can stand it, get out there and fish for them if you're up that way. If you're down here on the lake, however, interesting thing happened a few days ago. Got a report of some guys that got up early and went casting from shore and actually got some walleye. The normal locations that guys will begin to catch them from shore, any of the large marina complexes that have a large break wall with a fast drop, if you have access to those would be a good place to go out and cast in the low light periods. Another place that I know a lot of people can access is the Metro Park and Brandenburg Park and Harley Ensign Boat Launch at the end of South River Road. All those areas do produce walleye in the fall and in the springtime. So if you missed the spring bite, now's the time to get out there and chase them for the fall bite. Stick baits, blade baits, all of those are a very good choice for this time of the year. Now, if you are not wanting to get up so early and deal with the cool, crisp mornings and you want the sun up, get out there, get trolling those body baits for those walleye. They're going to start progressing in. The last solid report I had, they still had some out in the center of the lake, but they should be moving into that, probably the 8 to 14 foot range here any day if they're not already there. If you're not wanting to troll, or you're not set up to troll and you want to jig or pull rigs, the channel mouths are still really good. North Channel has been giving up some walleye, so definitely get out and try for some. For you guys chasing Esox, both the Northern Pike and the Muskie variety, the bite has been getting better and better. Particularly the Northern Pike has begun to start picking back up over off the flats and the channels. They've been getting them there. On the cabbage beds in Anchor Bay, over by Salt River, off the Air Force Base, and also in Lance Cruise Bay, they have been producing some good catches there. Now, if you're not wanting northerns and you want muskie, one of the traditional early spots that guys go to, no matter where they're from in the country, when they come here, they go to off the spillway. I've already started to see some boats go in that area. I've heard of some catches. Even in the summertime, there were some good catches out in front of the spillway and down along the 400 Club. Another good area to look for muskie would be off of the DNR boat ramp at Salfridge Air Force Base. Go out to about 10 to 14 foot of water, fish that deep cabbage bed out there. You should be able to locate some toothy critters out there as well. If you're wanting to go to the other side, just go fish where the bass and the pike guys are over there, or perch guys are at over on the bell hump this time of year. There's a lot of muskie, a lot of northerns in that general area as well. Also up around the Bassett Channel mouth is a good place to pick up some toothy critters as well. For you guys chasing smallmouth bass, and I'm even going to talk about greenfish today too a little bit, but smallmouth bass, these guys have begun to move in. A lot of guys that have fish out deep or up in the river have said that they have starting to lose those fish. They are moving. They are moving to where the bait fish is. Now, what are the bait fish here on Lake St. Clair? It's really quite simple. You have your shiners. You do have some shad in the LY, not a ton, but mainly on the Canadian side for the LY if you locate them. Another major forage base is going to be the yellow perch. Now, I did just give a yellow perch report a little earlier in this video. So you could probably deduce that some of those areas where the perch fishermen are also going to have a lot of smallmouth. If I was going to be heading out today or over the weekend, I would be throwing tubes, crankbaits, spy baits, and jerk baits. I might even throw a hair jig or two out there, just especially early when the water's a little bit cooler. But these fish are going to start getting really aggressive, guys. So be out there. It's not going to be phenomenal every single day. You're going to have to work a little bit because these fish are in transition. But when you find them, you will stroke them and you will catch some absolute donkey size smallmouth bass. Now, for the guys, or say the weather's crappy and you don't want to go out and get beaten up in that cool weather, the waves and all that, go fish largemouth. You know, the green carp, the ditch pickles, whatever you guys want to call them. They've been very good this season out here on Lake St. Clair. I would be heading to the deeper marinas or some of the areas that are going to stay warm really quick midday. You know, the back ends of these marinas and canals where you got a marshier environment. That bottom tends to heat up, gets those fish a little more active, and you can find some really nice largemouth back in these cuts. But go out there and flip docks, work these back basin areas, these back of these canals. Work the riprap on sunny days. It's going to warm up, get those fish really active, and get them feeding really good. Now, this is for all you guys that are stuck only fishing the shore. This is your official notice. Get off the couches, get off the video games, and get out there and start beating the banks. You're going to start seeing more and more activity coming in to those near shore areas off the Point and Metro. It's a great place to get everything from rock bass to muskie this time of the year. So get out there, cast at them. Hello, dog. But get out there, chase those fish. Brandenburg, Metro, the boat launch at Salfridge produces quite a few fish as well. And don't forget to fish for panfish out there with perch rigs. It works really well this time of the year. The spillway, might want to start looking in there for your northern pike and your perch. They should start locating up in there this time of year. And as we get further and further into closer towards the winter time of the year, they'll start to build up in there. And I have something new for you guys on this fish report, and I want to know how you guys like it. Let me know down in the comments if you like me doing this. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give you guys the NOAA weather forecast. No, I'm not going to read it. I'm going to let NOAA read it. So here it is.
Lake St. Clair forecast for Friday, October 5th, 2018. High pressure, 30.30 inches, will quickly move east across the northern Great Lakes and into Quebec today. In its wake, low pressure, 29.90 inches, will move northeast across the central Great Lakes tonight and into Saturday as a warm front lifts north. Higher pressure will then attempt to build into the northern Great Lakes for the latter half of the weekend. Saturday southwest winds 10 to 15 knots. Showers with thunderstorms likely. Waves 2 feet or less. Saturday night northwest winds 5 to 10 knots veering to the north. In the late evening and overnight, mostly cloudy. Showers and thunderstorms likely early in the evening, then light showers likely in the late evening and overnight. Waves 2 feet or less. Sunday northeast winds 5 to 10 knots. Mostly cloudy. Light showers likely early in the morning, then a chance of light showers in the late morning and early afternoon. Waves 2 feet or less.
So that's going to do it for this week's Lake St. Clair fishing report. I want to thank everybody that has tuned in, and all of the ones I've always done and who tuned in today. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please, please, please go down below right there and click that red subscribe button, and right to the right of it, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I post a video. And guys, always, always, always remember, keep casting, stay humble, and we'll see you out on the water.